What's going on? Welcome back to the channel. So crypto is tanking right now. I want to break it down on what's prompting it. Is it worth buying the dip over, and go over everything else you need to know. But first, make sure you hit that thumbs up. And with that, let's get right to it. So starting off, ETC is sitting at $24.99, down 8.24% over the last 24 hours. There's 11.16 million in volume. So definitely good volume. Of course, this is a ETC video, but very interchangeable among every coin because everything is going down despite having a little bit higher volume. So even Bitcoin itself lost almost $6,000 in the last 30 minutes. So Ethereum down 5.06, Ripple down 9.82. So it's kind of a bloodbath out there, with exception of the Trump coin and as well just related ones to that, but essentially it is just a bloodbath. And when it comes down to it, there hasn't been any catalyst to really prompt it other than the fact that there's inefficiencies, because crypto is supposed to be efficient. That's kind of the whole basis of it, right? It's supposed to be just non-regulated and efficient through blockchain and based on what's been happening. So you see pretty much Scalana at a standstill. So I think we've already seen just transaction times with Bitcoin is extremely slow. Ethereum is very costly. Scalana, it clearly cannot handle extreme amounts of volume, so that essentially is broken. Even looking at Phantom, so I myself, I did buy some Scalana and I transferred it to Phantom, and it is honestly stuck in limbo. It's been, what was it, 6 hours now. So I think in reality all of this is just goes to show that crypto is still in the early stages and it cannot handle this amount of like magnitude of actual attention to it. And not to blame Trump or anything, but Trump, this coin which has ran up considerably, is the reason why everyone and their dog is buying it. So right now it is 18th based on market cap. So that is absolutely insane. Although when it comes down to, like I said at the beginning, is it a good time to buy the dip? Well, in reality, if you kind of take a step back, yes, things aren't going according to plan, but Trump itself, or himself, I guess, he just bought $26 million of Ethereum. So there is big whales out there buying the dip. So while retail panics, while their Scalana or whatever is kind of stuck in limbo, and let's say they can't buy the Trump coin or kind of liquidate or whatever else, big monies, big whales are buying. So yeah, it's one of those things, buy when there's a lot of fear. So do your own due diligence at the end of the day. Fear and greed index is under the neutral category, so it is 58, kind of following the plan as per normal. So there's a little bit more of a reduction leading up to pretty much where we're at. And then from here up until March, we have somewhat going from fear to euphoria. So I think there's still, despite the volatility, there is higher highs coming right around the corner. Based on the liquidations though, you do see a lot of longs closing out the position of ETC. And again, this is more transferable to pretty much every coin out there, but ETC is very heavily shorted. So I think that's one thing that's really adding an extra level of suppression to it. So what's your viewpoint on that in the comments below? Specific to ETC right now, with it at 25.16, it is trading between this pivot and this S1. So 23.45 is going to be the next strong support. 25.66 is going to be the next strong target / resistance. And in my opinion, I feel like people are buying the dip. People will kind of take a step back and realize that, hey, big money, Trump, whales, whatever you want to call them, are buying the dip, so maybe I should too. So I think there's going to be that realization. So this 25.66 will kind of won't really last all that long in my opinion, but my crystal ball sometimes is wrong, so just take note of that. And then as well, 27.87 is going to be the next following resistance point. On the actual chart itself, this is where you're seeing the kind of a breakdown. I have the 5100 day moving averages, ALMA, super trend, as well. I'm looking at the 1 day chart. So based on this, it is kind of signaling more of a breakdown. And no offense to ETC, I think in general just the ecosystem isn't really there, so it has been lagging. So even right now, if I scroll down, I think it is ranked number 34 based on market cap, very just kind of creeping above this 35, but I think in general it has been lagging considerably over the last little bit. So as far as just kind of breaking down on a technical level, that's been the writing on the wall, unfortunately. But as far as some points to really watch for, that 25.89 is going to be that 100-day moving average for it to get above, and then hopefully then from there it'll be above that ALMA. But 4 hour, this is where you're seeing this craziness, this massive volatility. So it's definitely a fun ride if you are a scalper, day trader, swing trader, whatever you want to call them. But at the same time, it did bounce off of this super trend indicator right here. So if it does break below that, then anticipate kind of lower lows, similar to what I mentioned right here. So that 23.45. So yeah, it's going to be a wild ride. So I think this is a very clear sign of what possibly cryptocurrency might look like under a Trump administration. Some people already are calling it a casino, but yeah, I think as of right now, it's a little bit more of an overreaction for a sell-off. But again, I think no matter what, during the next 4 years under Trump, people are really going to be looking at efficiencies. So this is where you might see a lot of these coins that, let's say, aren't as efficient as they should be. They will kind of drop out of popularity, and this is where, for instance, you'll have Ripple maybe kind of moving up. So let me know your viewpoint. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. Give yourself a shout out if you are buying the dip. Where are you selling? Did you get into the Trump coin? I did myself, roughly around that $20 range, liquidated, sold at like 36. Of course, I didn't catch the high, but you know what? It's money is money, right? So let me know your viewpoint. Don't forget to hit that thumbs up and subscribe. I always greatly appreciate that. One final thing, pop over to my Patreon. I give buy signals on stocks, options, and crypto. Many of them have been absolute bangers and on point. So pop over there, link in the description below and also the comments. With all that, appreciate all of you watching.